Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Two for One Special Podcast. My name is Randall, and with me, as always, my boy LJ and the OG Dad himself. Man, y'all go ahead and say what up to these folks, man.
What's up? What's up?
What's up?
All right, everybody. Now, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode. On today's episode, we are going over the official bracket for the first ever 12-man NCAA college football playoffs. And we kind of got some of it right. I think we only missed about a couple of them, one or two of them. But for the majority of the part, we probably got at least, I want to say, like 85% correct. But we're gonna kick it off with Dad since he the OG. What's your thoughts, Dad? How you feel about Alabama getting
So,
knocked out?
before we get into the subject, I gotta talk to you guys about something.
Uh oh. Go ahead, Dad. What we got going on?
Now, I need y'all to know that I feel this is a circle of trust. You know, we listen, but we do not judge.
Uh oh.
At this point, I started playing 2K again.
Oh, I'm supposed to be surprised by that?
No. It's fine if you play 2K. The real question is, do you put any money into the game?
Hear me out.
Oh Lord.
Yes.
Hear me out.
You can't
No,
stop
no, no,
an
no.
addict.
You
You
can't-
can't stop an addict.
Go ahead.
Hear me out. First of all,
Here you go.
I want to say that I didn't pay for the game. Okay,
Okay, that's fair.
I didn't. The person I file share with, he bought the game. I had it. I had it since day one. Okay, you got to give me that. I've had it since day one, and I didn't do it until one of my friends bought it for the Black Friday sale, and roped me into it. Now, while I didn't pay for the game, I did buy VC in the beginning. Okay, but I only paid the amount I would have paid for the game. So, I think that's a win.
LJ, what's your thoughts?
I'm not surprised that he's playing 2K and he bought VC. So I don't really have any thoughts because I wasn't surprised. I knew eventually he was going to go back and play. I think what's a better consumption is how much VC did you buy?
I bought the $50 thing.
Okay, I give him that.
That's the one I bought. So,
I let that slide. I say that's okay.
because that's less than what I would have paid for the game.
That
So
practically is the game because
Yeah.
2K is not worth $60 or $70.
I was gonna say
However much.
it's $70.
It's
Yeah,
not worth $70. So I think that's fine.
but I will. I'm not. I'm not going to hold you. I'm actually having fun this year playing it. I'm not. I'm not having enough fun to where I'm gonna spend more money on it. I kept myself. I said I buy this one thing of VC because that's all I want to spend my money on. I'm not trying to give 2K too much. Okay,
All right.
but I'm having fun with my build. I do not need to make a second one. I actually take the time to research because I'm coming in the middle of season 3. It's now season 3 of it. So, and yes, 2K has seasons. How stupid does that sound? 2K has seasons,
I wasn't gonna say nothing, but
and they have battle passes too. It's gone down the head.
everything got a better pass. So.
Yeah,
You right.
NBA shouldn't have battle passes, but I digress. So I was able to look up my build and what I wanted and stuff like that beforehand. So I'm only going to stick with this one build. I think waiting till what everybody else is playing and I joined in afterwards helps me. I see this all wrong. I try to. If you're an addict, you don't quit cold turkey. You got to dose it out. So next year, I won't play it until maybe January or February. Just just taking my time here.
Dad, I'm afraid we're gonna come back
Oh, we are. It's not. We're gonna come back in 2 weeks, and he's gonna be like, guys, because it's going. That's around Christmas time. That's probably like
That's what
right
I'm about
after
to say.
Christmas.
That's
And
what I'm
somebody's
about
gonna
to
buy
say.
him VC, or he done bought VC because he done got Christmas money,
That bonus.
or something, and then he buys some more, and he be like, "Oh, I'm killing these guys on this game. Let me, if I buy just a little bit more."
See, I'm already at a 97 overall, and I've been balling. So, I mean, if you see your boy in the wreck, you just know you're not getting any rebounds.
We're
okay.
not going to see you in the rec.
I'm talking to the universe right now.
Okay.
I'm talking to the listeners right now. Just know if you see your boy in the
we're
wreck,
the last two people you're going to see up in here.
if you see your boy in the wreck, just know you're not getting any rebounds. And don't you dare try to go up with me. I averaged 20 rebounds a game at 5 blocks. Okay.
Damn.
So I am smooth defensive, and I love it. So just know that. Try me if you want to and see what happens.
We'll see next year. once the Christmas and the New Year sale go away, we'll see where Dad gonna be at. Cause we give you this. You at 0 since you 50 since you got the game for free. You put 50 on it. That's understandable. So you at 0 now. So we gonna come back for the first episode of the New Year and see how much money you spent to do it. Cause I'm afraid during them Christmas break and New Year's break, New Year's Eve and New Year's break, you probably gonna splurge a little bit more.
See, here's the problem. Somebody always gives me a gift card to like Microsoft or something like that, because they know that's what I like. So like either a Steam gift card, Microsoft gift card. Somebody always gives me one. So if I use that gift card for VC, does that matter?
What you think, OJ?
I'm still not paying for it.
I mean, it is true.
We get into a great technicality area.
I mean,
don't like it.
technically he ain't paying for it, but then again, you getting it back to that.
But
to that
you
addiction.
could have used that on something else, couldn't you?
But like, what game do I really want to go play now, though?
Because I could have sworn you said in a podcast not too long ago, you said that you're never touching 2K.
Hey, you know, at that point, I thought I was never going to touch 2K. I at that point, because I look, I'm in the college football league right now. We are in our 7th season.
Right.
Okay, going strong, and I'm happy with that. You know, like I got Persona 5 at Black Friday, play that again. You know, and like I was chilling, and then my friend was like, "Hey Corey, you got that 2K?" I was like, yeah, I own it, but I don't have it downloaded. He goes, "It's on sale Black Friday. I think it might run." I'm like, don't do it. He goes like, I just need to know if I buy it, will you play it with me? And he kept asking me over. I said, fine. If you buy it, I'll play it. You know. And then he bought like the deluxe version or whatever, and then I had to download it. It was peer pressure more than anything.
He got peer pressure to play the game.
Play the 2K. Like I said, we'll come back in New Year's.
All I'm saying is that if we do come back during the New Year's, if I hear, yeah, I spent about $100 on this game with gift cards included, I'm gonna say, okay, so now we have to have a conversation.
Because you could have spent that on something else.
Could have spent that on a whole bunch of other things.
I got you. Well, we'll come back. We'll come back for the first episode of the New Year. We'll come back and see where Dad gonna be at with 2K. More than likely, me and LJ probably already know what's gonna happen, but we'll see. But Dad, talk to me. SMU getting in instead of Alabama. What your thoughts? Because everybody down here, we had a damn riot basically down here.
They always have a riot when Alabama don't get their way.
Especially since SMU, a lot of people did not like that. But Dad, what's your thought about SMU getting in and Alabama getting out?
So here's the thing: the committee put themselves in a bind from the jump when they came out and said that the championship's going to matter. If you make it all the way to the championship and you lose, that won't necessarily knock you off the playoff. They said that from the beginning. So, and I knew when they put Bama in that last one, I was like, oh, they're putting them in there to take them out
Yeah.
initially because Clemson wasn't supposed to be in that thing. Clemson backed into it because I think somebody beat somebody.
Miami lost to
Miami,
somebody. And then,
yeah, Miami lost to somebody, and
wow.
and I even said that I said Miami were frauds. What I said was that Miami it should not be rated that high in there. So Miami being out kind of proves me right because one, they should have lost that game. Two, if they didn't lose that game, they're in the playoff right now. So, you let SMU get in there. So that is Miami's fault. You know, Miami could have been in there, but Alabama, when they were in that like 10th, that 11th seed, I knew that they would be put in there to be taken out because the ACC was going to put two teams in there regardless. ACC was going to put two teams in there, and who else was it? And the Big 12 was going to get their team in there, which is Arizona State. So Arizona State being the 12th seed, there was no way Bama was going to jump them. So it is what it is.
Yeah, so what you thought about it?
Well, I don't know if it was really. I do think if you make it to your championship game, but you lose it, I do think you should have the chance to still get in there. I think it depends on how bad you got beaten, as well as again your resume has to attest to something. What it looks like for the playoff people, and this is always the thing, is that there's a SEC bias as always, and then it's currently becoming is it Big Ten? Where's Oregon and Ohio State in? They in the Big Ten, right?
Big Ten.
Okay.
Big Ten.
And the Big Ten bias. There's an SEC and the Big Ten bias because those are where the biggest fan bases, the biggest teams are currently.
Right.
Which is understandable because at the end of the day, these teams are trying to make as much money as possible.
You want the most entertaining teams in there.
I didn't say entertaining. I said more. You want money.
I mean, like, who would you rather watch, an Ohio State game or a BYU game?
Ohio State, but that's because they are known entity. BYU, I don't know nothing about no BYU.
BYU crashed and burned at the end of the season, but that was my point though, because they were supposed to be in the playoff, and you know,
if you ain't are they in the Big Ten?
no, BYU is in the Big 12.
That's a no-name conference at this point in time. So, I just say that because they was always going to pick somebody else. I am a little surprised by them picking SMU, but SMU was 11-1, and I know what you're going to say. They didn't face Clemson. They didn't face some of the more powerhouse teams. I understand that, but it's still something to say that you beat somebody or you won 11-1 games, right? You won 11 games almost in a row. I think they won 9 games in a row, actually. But I don't know. I think it's fine. I didn't think Alabama needed to be in it anyway because they lost to Vanderbilt and Oklahoma, who were almost at the bottom with Auburn. So, and I know people ain't going to like this when I say this. They struggled against Auburn. Auburn had almost 5 takeaways against Alabama. 3 of them coming from Milroe. That's not no. I mean, yeah, Auburn defense is good, but if we had a competent offense, that game would have been over with by 1,000. So that's the kind of Alabama you were gonna get in the playoffs. If I was y'all, I wouldn't have wanted to show up. But that's just me. But I think it's fine. I think it's the right decision. I see no problems with it. And I think they did a really good job in this. I know a lot of people are gonna say no, it should have been Miami, it should have been Alabama. I think they made the right call in putting SMU in.
Gotcha. Well, because Alabama was 93, right?
Yes.
What SMU record? Like 10-2,
11-1.
11-1.
They 11-2 now. We got the conference.
Yeah, you gotta count the conference 11-2.
All right, so if you look at the records, cause here's because I should have took a picture of it. They had it at the gym. They was comparing the two, cause each of them, if I'm not mistaken, each of them had at least 4 ranked matches. I want to say, and Alabama lost the most with the ranked matches. I think. But either way it go. To be
No,
honest,
the only ranked team they lost against was Tennessee.
who?
Alabama.
Alabama. Okay, so yeah, so they were comparing them to the unranked then, and SMU didn't have like the most crazy loss like Alabama. But anyways, go ahead. What you about to say?
Nothing. I was just answering. You said that the Tennessee, Alabama had more ranked losses, and I was like, no, they just lost to Tennessee. Vanderbilt was unranked when they played.
Okay.
They got ranked right after that, and then they lost it right after.
Damn.
And then Oklahoma was nowhere near the rankings.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
After
That's what everybody's saying. They lost to Oklahoma, and that's the reason why SMU got in. They said.
And that's the problem. So in the Vanderbilt loss, it came down to the last couple of seconds, right?
Right.
In the Oklahoma loss, it should have been 10, but it was 3-20
Yeah,
something.
it was a blowout.
That was an atrocious game.
That's what they were saying. If they didn't lose to Oklahoma like that, Alabama would have got in.
Right.
Instead of SMU.
100. I do believe that if they did not just wet the bed so hard, they would be in.
That's what I was thinking, because I thought Oklahoma was ranked. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, yeah. That's what they were saying on ESPN. The reason why Alabama didn't get in and SMU got in is because of Oklahoma. They got blew out by Oklahoma. And Oklahoma wasn't that good. They wasn't ranked.
And again, I say if you get beat up by Auburn as bad as you did, defensively, you have a problem. I just want you to know that. Because ain't no way. Again, Auburn defense was good, but to take away to take the ball away 5 times from you is something different.
Right. I like this. Okay, so what we got here. So the first one we got is Tennessee and Oklahoma. No, not Oklahoma. Ohio State.
Can I say one more thing before we go into the matchups real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
And a direct response to this, because it's funny. As soon as Bama's out, college football playoff director says college football playoffs to expand to 14 teams will be highly considered for the 2026 season.
They are just gonna make sure
They're gonna shoehorn Bama in. That's what they're gonna do.
They gotta get at least be 14th. They got to be.
We'll see how that go.
I also think that is in response because the athletic director for Alabama was like, "Oh, we need to reassess our scheduling because maybe we're taking too many high-ranked opponents." No, you should have beat the teams you should have beat. It'd be a different story if you lost to Georgia. It'd be a different story if I don't think they played Texas, but if you lost to Texas, you lost to Vanderbilt, who has been at the end of the SEC for decades now, and Oklahoma, who just got in there and looked bad. Like I was saying, like the SEC should be ashamed of themselves for letting Texas get into the conference services game in their first year in. But also, I'm like, it's Texas. They usually are good, so I can't complain too much.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there's no. I do say okay. I take that back. I think the SEC as a whole need to reassess their schedule because at the end of the season, it really was just the SEC just beating the mess out of each other.
It was.
So I don't know how you fix that because other conferences actually do more games to us. I think the Big 12 does 9. And I think the Big 10 does. I think the Big 10 does 10 games. I think.
I don't know.
But yeah, anyway, there are conferences that do more in conference games to us, but I don't know what it is or what was different about this season. I don't know. It was just because Texas, Oklahoma joined or what. I do feel like just the SEC teams were just beating the mess out of each other for no apparent reason.
It was. To be honest with you, but majority of the losses came from was each other was the SEC. Besides
Right, because
Alabama,
Georgia lost to Alabama, then they beat Texas, and then almost lose to Florida. Alabama again lost to Vanderbilt, lost to Oklahoma, but beat Georgia. Lost to Tennessee. Tennessee loses to Florida. It was just a mess.
exactly. But let's see what we got. So the first one, Tennessee and Ohio State. What y'all thought? Which one you? I'm going with Ohio. I ain't gonna lie. I'm going with Ohio.
No, okay, I was. Oh no, go ahead, Dan, because I'm gonna go off.
Oh,
I'm curious what you go. Go ahead.
Okay, so y'all might not know this, and the people out there listening don't know this. I like Michigan. I went to school there for a little bit in the summer program. Had fun. Was a great time. So I root for Michigan. Ohio State should be ashamed of themselves for losing to Michigan in the way that they did. Ohio State is one of the dumbest schools when it comes to football. And you might be like, what are you talking about? They beat everybody. They do. Except for Michigan and when they are in high pressure games. I have who they face? They
who they facing? Tennessee.
Tennessee is going to beat the brakes off of them. Because Ryan Day is going to be like he has to get his get back. That's the problem with that he had with Michigan is Michigan has always been the more dominant team. They run it down their throats. They don't do finesse. They gonna beat you the old fashioned way. So he thought he could beat them the old fashioned way when that's not his play style. That's not his coaching style. He's the fancy footwork coach. He gonna do those misguided plays. This guy gonna go over here, but he gonna somehow make it to the other side of the field. That's what he is. And so now he got this monkey on his back saying that, oh, you can only do those thrifty plays. And now for some reason he wants to do this run the ball hard. We're going to just beat you one-on-one because our guy's better. And it's going to get him fired. I truly do believe that if they do not at least make it to the finals, Ohio State doesn't, if they don't at least make it to the finals of the college football playoffs, Ryan Day will be out at Ohio State.
I want to hear that. That what you got? What you think about LJ response?
So I've been hearing this Ryan Day thing for like quite some time now, and it's kind of wild to me how much stuff Ryan Day gets because he lost maybe 2 games all in the Big Ten, but if you take out Michigan,
he only lost 1 game.
Yeah, 1 game. Yeah, if you take out Michigan, college football is a different beast. The rivalries do matter, and people swear by the rivalry. So, while I don't think that should be the measuring stick of it, if he gets fired, some other team will pick him up quick. I think.
Oh, of course, yes.
Because like losing to one team is wild, but like I have a lot of friends from my time I used to live in Ohio who think Ryan Day is like the worst coach ever. And I'm like, just get loses to one team? He said, you can't lose to that team. And I agree. You can't lose to that team. Michigan coaches got fired for the same reason. Right. Like, they couldn't beat Ohio State. So if there is precedent of it, but it's just, it's wild. It's wild to me. Like, if you look at the record, and Ryan Day, didn't he win a national title?
No. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, he did. Yeah.
I think Ryan Day won one.
He did.
So the fact that he won one and then he goes to the playoff like every year, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like he goes to the playoff every year. So it's like, what are we even talking about here? But he is highly in danger of losing his job. And I think, and to be honest, they got screwed. First of all, I'm gonna say this too. Like, while I'm looking at it, Oregon got screwed by the position. It makes no sense for Oregon to have to play the winner of Tennessee and Ohio State, while Arizona State plays the winner of Clemson and Texas.
You're right.
Like, if you look at the bracket,
Right. Yeah.
if you look at the bracket, Oregon has the toughest road, and they're the number one seed.
Yeah.
Like, where does that make sense?
But I will say, Texas got a great path to the championship game.
Oh, Texas got the cleanest path. Texas got the cleanest path.
They might have to think about restructuring when they get to the second phase.
Talking about Texas, where they at? They got, yeah,
You got Clemson
They
at
got
12, the 12 seed Clemson.
And
Then they
then-
got Arizona State,
yeah.
and they'll have to play the winner of Oregon, Ohio State, or Oregon,
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
they're going to make it to the semifinals.
Yeah, I can see that. You don't think Oregon gonna go all the way? Cause that's what everybody thinking since they undefeated. They think Oregon gonna go all the way.
Oregon has a chance to go. I'm saying Texas going to make it to the semifinals, though.
Yeah.
I want to see. Well, Oregon beat Ohio State, so I like. But I want to see them against Tennessee, but I don't really trust Tennessee that much either. So I don't know.
Me either.
I'm just saying not how. I don't know what the hell is going on in Oregon this year, but nah, that's a whole different football. Yeah, it's gonna be Oregon and Texas. Ain't gonna come close, but I'm gonna say somehow since Texas choked against Georgia 2 times, they're gonna lose to Oregon. Oregon gonna be in the finals, and then it's gonna be a toss up between Boise and Georgia. I think Boise gonna win because they running back, and they're gonna be Oregon and Boise.
It depends. Their number one and number two quarterback is hurt.
Oh yeah,
So-
hold on. So the Georgia quarterback is he gonna be out or what?
They have to see.
They don't know.
Yeah,
No.
for right now, he is his shoulders. They're gonna get reevaluated. As of this time right now, his shoulder needs to be reevaluated. The other guy got knocked out cold, but by the time the playoffs start, he probably will be past concussion protocol at that point. So they probably will have their backup. But I'm not trusting Georgia with a backup QB
Yeah, no.
to beat Notre Dame or I can't see the other team right now.
Wherever the who like the W. I don't know what. Matter of fact, it's on here. Hold on.
Indiana.
Indiana. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't believe in Indiana, so I'll give them Indiana. But
Yeah, I could give them Indiana, but I'll tell you this much: the way Genty runs, and if Genty gets snubbed for that Heisman too, I see.
I feel like they
Genty
about to give it
run all
to
over.
what's McCullough. And I don't.
Travis Hunter?
They gonna get.
Yeah.
They gonna get here's the thing.
I don't agree with that because I really think you should go to Genty.
I think it's gonna be a toss up, but the reason why I say they're probably gonna get a Travis Hunter is because how his social media presence is on social media.
That doesn't matter. What matters is the field.
That is true, but I'm pretty sure that gonna play a huge role as to why he get Heisman.
The Heisman is supposed to be the MVP, right? The Heisman is the MVP of college football. That means that you're the most valuable player for your team. If Genty is not on that team and his line wasn't as good, but if Genty wasn't on that team, we would not be talking about BYU or not BYU. Goodness gracious. Boise State.
Yeah.
We would. It's just no. We wouldn't be talking about them. They would be nowhere in this conversation.
You right.
It would be Alabama, right? It would be Alabama in here.
You right.
So that's why I say he needs to have the MVP or the Heisman. He literally did that for his team.
Hold on,
if he was not on the team, we would not be talking about them. Right?
When the Heisman?
I think it's before the first college football game.
Oh no, never mind. I was about to say just wait to see how he does in the playoffs and then go from there. But if this is
Or
No,
at
it's
least the
definitely
vote's
before.
supposed to be in.
yeah.
The
It's
vote's
definitely
supposed to be in.
It's definitely before the playoffs.
But I agree with LJ. If it wasn't, he's basically he is the face of Boise. If it wasn't for him, we would not be talking about Boise at all. Cause Boise was trash for the past few years, and out of nowhere, here he come running outstanding running back numbers. I think he broke the single season record in.
I think he broke almost.
No, he did
every
not.
record.
He's like
Oh, he
he's like
did?
150 yards away.
Okay, well he gonna break it before he leave.
No, that they don't count that.
Oh, they ain't gonna count
after.
the playoffs. Oh, okay, whatever. But still, he almost there. But if it wasn't for him, nobody would have been on Boise. Like I agree with LJ. I think he should win because he literally put Boise on the back of his back and made them to where they are now. And like I said, and like you said, if it wasn't for him, ain't nobody would have been talking about him. It'd be Alabama and somebody else. But I just got a feeling that they probably gonna give it Travis because of Dion and his social media presence. But I'm pretty sure how the committee is and how they. I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't like Dion. They ain't gonna give it Travis. They gonna give it to what you call.
So I don't want to get just so we're clear. I don't want to make this like a Travis Hunter hit piece or nothing like that. Like he's not good.
Right.
Like he hasn't been out there balling because Travis Hunter, he has been out there balling. Like he's been a good receiver for them, and he's a good corner. He's not the best at both. He's not the best in college for both, but he's a good top 3 in both. I could say,
Right.
and like to be able to do that as much as he does it, it's not like when Charles Woodson was playing defense to do a play here or two on offense. No, like he is out there, like outside of special teams. That's his one water break. And he goes right back out. So, like, it's to do it like as much as a high level. Now I know that the people will say snaps is not a stat. I get that, but he's doing both at a high level though. So, I still think Jetty needs to win the Heisman. I think he's overall he's had a better season, but I don't want to sound like we're talking like Travis Hunter some sort of person who doesn't deserve to be in the conversation.
Oh no, I don't think
He
I
does.
Don't think,
No, I just want to throw it out there because I don't want no people saying or nothing like that because the way it's been on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, it's been wild. Just the argument between them. It's
I
been
mean,
very
it's
wild.
a 2-horse race. It's either him or it's Genty.
Oh yeah, Cam Ward, thank you for coming, but you're not getting it, and whoever else they have that Cam. Oh, Dylan Gabriel, like just wait, smile away, be thankful for the free flight to New York, but you're not winning it either.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't even think those two were still in the conversation.
Well, you still think Quentin Ewers in this conversation, but you know.
That was 2 months ago, Dad, before they lost to Georgia. You can't hold that over my head.
I argued you about it then, so.
And we could have that argument then. Now we can't. I'm not arguing at that point. He looked horrible.
But yeah, so I think Jetty should win it. The problem is the Boise State does play in the Mountain West, so
Yeah. You right.
that's the problem.
Well, I'm more than likely everybody on ESPN is giving it to him. Like I said, I would not be surprised if Travis get it, but if we going off of numbers and stuff like that, and like LJ said, this goes to the most valuable player on the team. I'm giving it to him because Boise wasn't this well-known college football team, and here he come out of nowhere, and now everybody talking about Boise, and he putting in crazy running numbers. And Travis, he's good, but he ain't like him, in my opinion. But I'm pretty sure if we look at the numbers, the dude from Boise should win. But I would not be surprised if Travis Hunter wins, especially that whole debacle with him and his fiance, which I hate so much. I wish they should.
Oh, you talking about when he pulled it out the crowd?
Yes. And they running off with it, and they found a video when he was in Jackson talking about how when they first met, how she was attracted to him or something like that, and then a couple days later she hit him back up after
It's
she
just,
rejected him.
I believe I heard this way before this had happened. She pregnant, right? I think she's pregnant.
I don't
So
know.
I'm gonna just say that was
I
pregnancy
don't know.
hormones. I'm not gonna hold that against those. Because what happened was my mom and my sister we was all watching the game
Yeah,
because we were over the house, and we saw it happen live.
yeah.
And my mom was like, "Why is she upset? He just played that." Da, 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 da. I'm like, "I think she pregnant." She was like, "Oh, that makes perfect sense. Then it's pregnancy hormones. You can't hold nobody. You can't hold nobody accountable with pregnancy hormones." So I would just say it was pregnancy hormones and leave it at that. I you know.
She could be pregnant. I don't know. I think
I thought I remember like seeing a clip from his podcast saying that somebody was congratulating him because he was going to.
They were having a
first
baby
child.
or something like that.
I'm pretty sure they probably is. I seen it somewhere, but I don't keep up with it like that. But yeah, with all that stuff going on, like I said, I would not be surprised if he win. But if we're going off on paper or stats and who's the most valuable person, if whoever's in that 4 or 5 or how many contestants for Heisman, it's got to go to dude from Boise, because Boise literally was not a known team, college football team, similar to Colorado before Deion got there. And this year, out of nowhere, he came and he single-handedly put Boise on his back and made Boise known. So if we're going to go off of that, he should win it. But once again, I would not be surprised if Travis Hunter gets it.
Because if we're being honest, like if we're just keeping it a buck here, Boise was that team with the blue field.
Exactly,
Yes.
and that's it.
That's all you knew about them.
That's all you knew.
Boise was that team that blue field, and the team that upset Oklahoma years ago, like it had to be like 10, 15 years ago, almost like when they upset Oklahoma with the Adrian Peterson Oklahoma team. That's a long one. Adrian Peterson was a running back.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
They're like early 2000s? Mid-2000s?
Yeah, they upset them in the Fiesta Bowl. So that's what Boise is known for. Oh, and LeGarrette Blunt punches someone from Oregon, punching a player from Boise State. I remember that too.
I'm calling it right now. It's going to be a rematch. Oregon and Boise. I'm calling it right now.
Oregon.
In the finals?
In the finals?
Yeah.
Oregon faced Boise?
You think Boise's making it to the finals?
Yeah, look who they got. They playing against SMU and Penn State.
Penn State can beat them. SMU can't.
Okay.
Penn State can though.
I'm
not saying Penn State will, but Penn State has an opportunity. Like I'm not surprised if Penn State beats Boise. I would be surprised if SMU beat Boise, but I wouldn't be surprised if Boise wins either one of those games either.
The reason why, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I don't see Boise getting past Notre Dame.
Why you say that?
Right, that's my next question is who would they face if they did make it,
So they're either going to face Georgia or Notre Dame because
Georgia.
Indiana's not beating Notre
they're
Dame.
not making it nowhere near the finals. I'm sorry.
Now here's why I say that. Because they lost to Oregon by a field goal.
Yeah, walk off. Yeah.
And then that was like early on, like the first 3 games, I want to say, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they got better over time. I believe.
So did Oregon.
I'm about to say
Yeah,
the
so
same
did
thing
Oregon.
can be said about Oregon.
But I think Boise, with how dude is running right now, ain't nobody stopping him on who's on that side. Cause Georgia, or let's say it's gonna be Boise and Georgia. They play January 1st. Depending on how the QB is, he probably still gonna be kind of hurt. He won't be 100%. I don't see Georgia stopping that running him. So I'm just gonna say Boise. To be honest with you, Boise got it easy. Boise or whoever on that side between Boise and Georgia, they got it easy.
So here's what I'm going to say to that. So with the running back, unless they just going to pitch it out to the outside all the time or have it just be short pass plays, you're going to have your line face the defensive line. I know they are a good line, but are they good enough to face an SEC level defense line? So that's where I will.
So you think
Call.
Georgia? Let's say or say we gonna say the Georgia and Notre Dame. You think either of those two defenses can stop that run game for
I
Boise?
know Georgia defense can. I'm not sure about Notre Dame's.
That what you think?
Georgia defense is tough when they're focused, and and Georgia always ramps it up in the playoffs. As TCU, so they gotta have a hell of a game in order for them to like make it out, beat Georgia. They could beat Notre Dame. I think they can beat Notre Dame. Will they? I don't know.
Right.
I can't call it, but I have them going at least to semifinals. I don't have them going further from there, though.
All right. So let's say this: Notre Dame beats Indiana. Right? They play Indiana. Yeah, Indiana. They're gonna be Georgia and Notre Dame. Let's say the QB come back from Georgia, but he ain't 100%, but he can at least play and throw the ball. They're gonna be a dog fight. Notre Dame defense and that Georgia defense, that's gonna be a dog fight. Anybody coming out of that game is gonna be extremely tired. So I'm just gonna say somehow magically Georgia gonna win that. I'm just gonna say that. They're gonna be a close ass game between Georgia and Notre Dame. Go ahead, LJ.
No, I was looking at the bracket and I was like going through who would win in my head.
Yeah.
And I come down every time to we're gonna get Texas versus Georgia for a third time.
You
And
think so?
really, I think so. I don't really want to see that.
I think it's gonna be Boise and Oregon.
Texas got a cakewalk until they get to the semifinals.
Yeah.
And have them to play Oregon.
Cause they lost to Georgia, and that Oregon got a crazy ass offense and a mean ass defense this year. Unless they get the SEC curse and face a good SEC team that will embarrass them. Cause let's be honest, Oregon is they like that. Oregon will be amazing during their run, but when it comes to the playoffs, for some magical reason, when they face a SEC team or a ranked team, they choke. Cause they did that to Auburn.
So, let me say this. Boise is going to face the same defense they've been facing all year. They're going to stack the box and make Madsen beat them. Okay. I'm gonna throw a number out there at you guys. Okay. Ashton Jeanty had 218 yards less than Madsen had passing.
He's going to get picked off so many times against that Georgia defense.
That Georgia defense is going to, because they see stacked boxes all season, but they haven't seen a Georgia stacked box, or hell, even a Notre Dame one.
So that's going.
Penn State. Penn State. I'm not scared of a Penn State stack box. No. I'm not. I'm more worried about Boise's defense in that situation against Penn State. That number 44 for Penn State, the utility player that does plays running back, quarterback, tight end, does all those things.
Now, also, I'm gonna say this. I ain't mean to cut you off there. Now,
No,
this
fair.
will also expose Boise State in a conference. If they get steamrolled by if they get steamrolled by Georgia or Notre Dame, they gonna say, okay, it was just all the hopes. Their schedule was easy compared to everybody else that was in this playoff.
You can't say that now, and you can say that if they get waxed by Penn State or SMU, you can say that then. But if they beat Penn State in round 2, you can't say that because Georgia is a top tier team, an S tier team. You can't put Boise up there. You just can't do it. Like much as I like Boise, I mean, like watching Jesse run and everything like that, they're a B plus team.
Who? Georgia or
Boise.
State.
Okay.
Boise is a B plus team. You know, for whatever reason, they're not getting recruits. They don't have much of NIL as Georgia does. They cannot compete with Georgia with talent on the field. They would have to out scheme Georgia, out scheme and out coach Kirby Smart. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't see it. So,
like I said, that's gonna be a crazy one. Cause Georgia and Notre Dame defense, we can agree, can stop a running back. Their defense can stop a running back. Georgia and Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Boise,
more Georgia than Notre Dame.
Yeah.
More Georgia than
I
Notre Dame.
say that too. Yeah, more Georgia than Notre Dame. You're right. Which is Boise. Boise in this tournament, Boise got the most eyes because everybody is saying how Boise this, Boise that, especially how well this running back did, how he got over 2,000 rushing yards and stuff like that. Boise pretty much got the eyes on him because a lot of people say they don't deserve to be here because their conference, how their schedule is. The only good team that they fought or faced was Oregon. Granted, they lost by a field goal, but still, that's what they saying. They pretty much saying everybody else on here schedule was a lot tougher than Boise, and Boise just got something to prove. And that semifinals, that's going to be their toughest one yet. Because if Boise wins that semifinals and make it to the finals, I'm sorry, they're going to win it all.
You think so? Hold on. You think Boise State makes it to the finals and winning the whole thing?
They win the whole thing because it's gonna be Oregon or Texas. I'm just gonna say Oregon gonna beat Texas because Oregon. I don't know what they got going on in Oregon. Wherever the Nike headquarters got, they giving them to them boys because they some beasts this year. Unless they do like the tradition and start choking like how they do every year in the playoff. But like I said, this team look completely different. So I don't think they're gonna choke, but I'm gonna say they're gonna beat Texas, and they're gonna be Oregon versus Boise again, and then that running back, he just gonna go crazy, and I think they're gonna
win. Let me say this, and this is no slight to Boise, but if Boise wins the national championship. Okay.
Hold on, Dad.
No. Hear me out.
I know what you about to say. About to say. Go ahead.
Hear me out.
I know what you're about to say.
It don't even have to go back and forth. If Boise wins a national championship, I will buy you any game, the coming up game you want, Randall. That's how wild of a statement that is. That's how wild of a statement that is.
I just got a feeling if they make it to the
finals. I understand. Feelings are great, but you should not get in your feelings, okay?
I just got a feeling if they somehow make it to the finals and they beat either Notre Dame or Georgia, I think Oregon going to be in the finals as well. Because
they're not beating Oregon or Texas. They're not beating Oregon or Texas. They can come in as mad as they want. They can come in as pumped up as they want. They can come out to 50 Cent Mini Man. I don't care. There is not being Oregon or Texas. Okay, talk about us against the world. So what? You're not beating Oregon or Texas. Clip this. I don't care. You're not beating Oregon or Texas. You're not.
Well, I got my take. I say Boise. What, Elder? Who you think?
It's definitely not gonna be Boise. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. It just won't be though. Okay, yeah. I think my take is, unfortunately, we're going to get another Georgia versus Texas game. I really don't want to see that. But I only say that if Stetson Bennett is good to go. He don't have to be 100%. He don't have to be 50%. He just needs to be able to nickel and dime them and keep the ball. And then once they get close enough to the red zone, run it in. That's
So
all
you
they
think
have
we're
to
gonna
do.
have another
Carson Beck.
Oh, right.
So you think we're gonna have another SEC matchup like that again for the
Yeah.
like
It's
fifth
highly
year in a row?
possible.
Yeah.
I
It's
think.
highly possible. I believe Oregon can beat them, but Oregon's going to be beat up. Oregon's going to be beat up by playing Ohio State again, or even Tennessee. So
So who you think gonna win that?
Texas going to dog walk Arizona State. Scatterbrew or whatever his name is going to get shut down. You know, first of all, slow your roll, Scatterbrew. You ain't been no talk for the Heisman at all. Not a single person has peeped your name.
I saw
And you do
that.
the Heisman post in the end zone. Like, slow your roll, my guy.
Hey, he was feeling himself.
You know, feel yourself. Be realistic.
He just want to be in the conversation. That's all.
No, I hear that. And then you know what? They called. I saw a Bleacher Report today. They put him as a Heisman snub. No, Shadur Sanders was a Heisman snub. Oh, okay, more to you. Okay, you had a great season, But to say yourself you're the Heisman over Aston Jeanty, your numbers don't even compare it. You know what?
Honestly, I thought he didn't really do anything until the last like 3 games of the season.
Scatterbrew had a good season. He had a great season. He's going to go to the league, and he's going to be somebody's Christian McCaffrey light. Okay,
Christian McCaffrey light.
So like he's going to do that for some team. But what I'm telling you now is that you was not thought of in the Heisman. Nobody said Scatterbrew. Do you know anybody who said Scatterbrew for Heisman?
No.
I'm finna say nobody.
Did you even know Scatterbrew was before 3 weeks ago?
I'm finna say until I saw that message or wherever he posted on social media.
Until I saw him play that day, I was like, I don't know who this dude is. I thought they was playing.
And no lie, like, cause I like the Big 12. Hell, like, I wanted to go to Arizona State growing up. You know, once I found out it was a 3-to-1 woman to man ratio, I was trying to get into Arizona State. Okay, I ain't gonna hold you.
He looked it up.
Right, he looked it up.
That's what it was known for when I was growing up. I know I'm old, but that's what it was known for.
I would have did the same.
So, but no, it's your numbers don't compare. It just don't compare. You can say you had tougher competition. That why your numbers compare. But you could not. If Scatterbrew and Jeanty switch spots, Scatterbrew will not have Jeanty's numbers. If that's my point.
Right.
I don't know if you said it, but who you think gonna win? I think you said it, but I don't know.
Who will win the national title?
Yeah, the whole thing, yeah.
Oregon.
Okay. Boise, Oregon, LJ, what would you pick?
I'm gonna go Georgia because I just think it's gonna be Texas versus Georgia again, and for some reason Texas can't beat Georgia.
I'm gonna ask this question one last time to give you an out, Randall. I'm trying to.
He really trying to help you.
Who do you think's gonna win the national title?
I'm gonna stick with my brother, Boise State.
Okay.
At least you sticking with your guns.
I hope you're right. I would love to see Boise win. If Boise wins, I will be happy. I'll be excited. I'll be screaming up and down. And I hope I'll buy you whatever game you want next. It'll be on me. Okay, it will be on me. But I'm not gonna hold you though.
We gonna save this video for real.
Please save it. I have a bunch of clip notes in this one.
I ain't gonna lie to you, because if Boise actually wins, I'm gonna be so surprised. I'm just saying it because I just
You're
got
the one who said it, though.
I just got a gut feeling. But if Boise actually,
I'm not gonna be sober if Boise wins. Like,
you to be honest with you, depend on. Yeah, I may be drunk. I ain't gonna lie to you. It been a while since I got drunk. I ain't gonna lie to you. If Boise wins and he runs for over 200 something rush yards in the game, to be honest with you, if he runs over 200 rushing yards throughout this entire playoff.
He can make it to the finals. But you got to worry about Madsen on third down. That's my problem. Madsen on third down. While he cool, he all right. But like, I don't trust Madsen to get the crucial first down against some SEC defenses.
Hold on, I'm gonna say this before we end it. How many rushing yards he got during Oregon when they play Oregon?
Who
And boys,
Jency?
yeah.
He got over 250, I think 225, 250, I believe.
And you think Notre Dame and Georgia can stop that to make it go under 150?
Yes.
Okay, so I think he get 150.
I don't know about.
See, now we're moving the goalpost here. You would say 200.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, 200. My fault. Yeah, I ain't mean to say 150. 200.
No, he's not getting 200 on Georgia. I like he could get that against Notre Dame.
Even though he got on Oregon.
Yeah, Oregon. That was week 2, my guy. Like that was early.
Okay.
Like, but like Notre Dame, he could go for 2. It wouldn't be easy to, but he could go for 2. And my most thing is I need Madsen to get 300 yards passing at one game.
Now,
If he can make them respect him a little bit,
they ain't gonna happen.
If they make him respect him a little bit, then Jensen can run. But like they're gonna put 10 in the box and just leave wide receivers open.
Right.
Like, and that's an exaggeration, but like Madsen needs to step up for me though. Like we're talking about asset Jensen needs to get all this stuff, but I need Madsen to show me something, please.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will come back for part 2, part 3, and probably a part 4 when all this is said and done. So, Boise, Georgia, you said Oregon, right?
I got Oregon, yeah.
Oregon. So, like I said, part 2, part 3, part 4, maybe part 5. All I gotta say is this will be to be continued. But other than that, your final closing remarks. What you got to say to these folks before we head out?
Shout out to everybody who listens to this on Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, I should say. Thanks for being here. And yeah, Boise's not doing it. I'm sorry. I want to believe you. I want to believe you because I really want Boise to do it, but I can't.
Now, before you go, LJ. Dad, how your homeboy find out about us? The message you sent me.
So like my friends know I'm in the podcast, but none of them listen. Like I don't expect them to listen, stuff like that. But like my boy, my boy Cake, he sent me that message. And I was like, dang man, you listened? And I think it popped up for him because my phone number and stuff like that. He does a podcast. You know, like I don't know how, but it got to me. But like. He remembered my podcast name, our podcast name, and he showed up and he listened to it. He said, "Y'all are really good." Okay. He said, "Y'all are really good." So I was like, man, that means a lot. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
He said he literally sent me messages afterwards saying like I downloaded your past episodes to listen to while I'm at work.
Hey, shout out. What's his name?
His name's Carell.
Well, shout out to Carell, man. We truly appreciate it, man.
Appreciate
Matter of fact, shout out to Dad. Cause we be doing these sports segments and the listeners love them. So shout out to Dad.
Thank you, man.
But LJ, what you got going on? Me and your closing remarks. I'm sorry.
Closing remarks. Thanks for listening. Hope y'all be breezy. We're gonna be talking about these college football playoffs for a minute.
We're gonna be talking about these for a while.
This is another one of this is literally Randall's AOT moment. He's literally having another AOT moment.
No, hold on. What?
I tried to get him out. I really tried.
No,
we
hold on.
did this before, Dad.
Where the hell Attack on Titan got to do with this?
We've been here before.
We've been here before. We done this song and dance before.
We have done a song and dance before.
But where Attack on Titan come from?
It's just similarities. I feel
I can't help that. You do the same thing over and over again. Ain't my fault.
Okay.
I just saying. We done this song and dance before.
I'm still blown.
We doing it again.
That we brought up Attack on Titan. But anyways, we in for one hell of a ride. Let's just say that. We're in for one hell of a ride. And I'm excited to see what's gonna happen. To be honest with you, I really don't know what's gonna happen. Cause like LJ said, this is to me in the past decade, ever since I started watching college football, this has probably been the most weird, crazy season we had for a minute. Cause I think Oregon is the only undefeated team left in the top 25, and we ain't had that in a minute. So,
And I'm not saying that like I'm saying Oregon, but I'm not surprised if they lose. Like this season has really been unpredictable.
right.
So like I get exactly what you're saying about that. Like this season, but anybody can win it. You know, even Boise.
Yeah, anybody can win, but
You
this,
know,
this
I'm really glad that you didn't really crash out and say Indiana's going to win. That's that point. I would have to leave the show. like because I can't have my credibility going down like
you
that.
gotta be
Like
a
just
little bit
I
believable.
don't know who the hell. I don't even know how the hell Indiana even got in it. I don't know who. I don't know the quarterback, running back. I don't know who anybody in there. So they gonna lose no matter what. But yeah, this is one crazy ass season. A lot of teams that was supposed to be good lost hella games, and like I said, we only got one undefeated team in the top 25. So ain't no telling who gonna win. All we gotta do is just sit back and watch. But I'm pretty sure when a SEC team gonna be in the finals. I'm pretty sure, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Randall, and with me, as always, my boy LJ, and the OG, Dad himself. And together, we go by the name of the Two Fun Special Podcast. Hopefully, y'all peoples enjoy this episode, and once again, this will be to be continued. And until next time, we'll see y'all on the next one. Peace
no
out.
rebounds on me.
Peace out.